Now John, he sits at the bar, and he's a friend of mine. And I don't know the rest of the words, but let me see if I can make it rhyme. What up, party people? This is your boy Quaze. Yo, took another beating this weekend on the games. I'm not even gonna get into it. Fuck that, you know. When I last signed off on the show, I left the listeners on a cliffhanger. The cliffhanger was who is better? Well, let me rephrase that. Who would you rather have as a guy or a girl? Who would you rather bang? Let's be blunt. You know, who would you bang? Who would you want to nail? Who would you want to fuck? You know, would it be behind door number 1, Beyonce, or door number 2, Alicia Keys? Now, the reason I bring this up because this was a topic of debate between D and I. We were talking about this offline, of course, and I got to get D on the show because this debate would be a lot more livelier if he was participating in it. Because when we were discussing and dissecting this debate, it got real lively, it got real candid. But let me break down my justifications. If it was me, if I was put in this, if I was offered this proposition of having to go to bed with either Beyonce or Alicia Keys. Now here's the scenario. I'm walking down the hallway and in a hotel, and behind door number 1 is naked and awaiting Beyonce. And door number 2 is naked and awaiting Alicia Keys. Now I'm told I can only go into one hotel room, and whichever one I choose, I can have crazy butt naked sex with the lady behind that door. I'm gonna pick Alicia Keys, and here's my reasoning or justification. Right? Let's be completely honest first. There is no real loser here. I do not lose if I pick either Beyonce or Alicia Keys. I am a winner chicken dinner, regardless of which door I choose to open, right? You know, it's kind of like on The Price is Right. Either you get a European vacation where you visit 10 countries, including the Baltic states of Ukraine and Lithuania and Latvia, to go along with Germany and France. Or door number 2 on The Price is Right, you get a new car. So I'm a winner regardless. Having said that, the reason I picked Alicia Keys is I would have to say Alicia Keys would be better in the sack. Number 1, I think she's just more freaky in the sack. And number 2, I think, you know, Beyonce, she would be well, I'll put this nicely, she would be a door sign in bed. You know, she would just lay flat, like, all right, here I am, let's get it over with, right? I would be like, you know, you would have more to prove in bed with Beyonce than you would have to do with Alicia Keys. You know, Beyonce's like, I'm fucking Beyonce, I don't have to do shit but lay here, let's go, right? Where Alicia Keys is like, all right, you know, I got this opportunity, you know, I'm gonna get mine, I'm gonna have fun with this, right? And Alicia Keys, she just got that little sexy freakiness that I like. You know, don't get me wrong, Beyonce is sexy as hell, and I would have no doubt enjoy myself if I would to go into bed with Beyonce. And I think Alicia Keys has, I know I'm going to get a lot of static and flack for this, I think Alicia Keys has a little bit better of a body, you know, for me, you know. Gorgeous face, as does Beyonce. A little better body for me. I know Beyonce's got that Beyonce booty, right? But I think Alicia Keys would do it for me in this instance, anyways, right? Now, Dee and I were discussing, like, Dee revealed to me that he has a particular preference when he is in the middle of lovemaking. He likes to go down on women. He likes to orally please women. He likes to go down and do some munching on the carpet, sort of say, right? And then Dee and I got into a debate or argument where I told him I'm not really into that. I'm not really into going down pleasing women. I have no problem with women going down on me. And then we do the banging, but Dee's like, no, Quaz, you got to please the lady. You got to please the lady. And I'm like, well, if I was with either, Beyonce or Alicia Keys, if I was with any, like, let's be honest, if I was with any D-list celebrity, female celebrity, yeah, I'd go the whole 10 yards. I'd go down on her, please her, whatever, make the experience worthwhile, both for myself and the lady, be it, Vanessa Hudgens or whomever, it had to be, because my thing is, like, when you're lucky enough to get someone like a Alicia Keys or even a Keira Knightley, ooh, yeah, they've had dudes that have had, like, 20-inch cocks, right? They've been pounded every which way. They've been pleased every which way, right? So you as a nub, or myself as a nub coming in, we have got to do something that's going to blow their minds and make you remember us, me. So they'll be like, yeah, that was a good one, right? So I can understand Dee's logic, and you got to go down on the lady and make it memorable and please her and everything. My only contention is, yeah, but it's a 50-50, right? If she ain't gonna do shit for me but lay there like a flat board, what am I gonna do? What am I getting out of it, right? So it's apples and oranges, right? They're here nor there. So Dee and I, we agreed to disagree on that subject, and I also agreed to pick up the debate on a later date, right? So having said that, there's my Beyonce versus Alicia Keys debate. Who would you take? And I'm sure a lot of my listeners are going to chime in and say, Quaz, you're crazy. You got to get, Beyonce booty, and Jay-Z, he actually married it and whatnot. I'm like, I don't really care. That's Jay-Z. That's Beyonce. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'd be happy to put Beyonce on my notch of women that I've, been with, But for me, on a personal level, I would just have to take Alicia Keys. And I know Beyonce is gonna, send me an email saying, "You're crazy, boy. What you talking about? You think this booty's not good as Alicia Keys? You crazy." And Alicia Keys is gonna send me an email thanking me. I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you know where to hit me up, Alicia. Anytime. I got you, right?" So aside from that, I got some emails from listeners saying my podcast from last Wednesday, I think it was, where I was, it was a nighttime podcast, and I had just got done working out. A couple of listeners were like, it was borderline creepy the way I was doing the podcast and just videotaping, outside my gym. And it was also, kind of like the Matthew McConaughey and, those Lincoln car commercials he does. Well, all right. What am I doing here? Am I working out, or am I just working out? I don't know. That's to be pondered as I drive in my car late at night. Yeah, that's my Matthew McConaughey impersonation. I watched the Redskins Buccaneers game yesterday, and I watched the Redskins come back from 24 down. It was like 24-0 to start the third. And I watched the first half. I was like, Buccaneers got this, right? But then all of a sudden, Buccaneers offense forgot how to score touchdowns or score points, and the Buccaneers defense forgot how to stop the Redskins, which was what they were doing in the first half, both offense and defense. And the Redskins, finally figured out how to score. Right, Kirk Cousins, instead of coughing up the ball, he was actually throwing it to Jordan Reed and other guys, scoring points. Great game, very entertaining. But I was going for the Buccaneers just because, if you know me, I don't like the Redskins. I hate them. I abhor them. At the same time, my little brother, he's a Redskins fan, or not a Redskins fan. He's a Buccaneers fan. I think he went to the game with his daughter. I know he went last year when the Buccaneers came, and I don't know if he went this year, but it's a good chance that he might have. I have to hit him up and ask him if he did. Whatever. I had also picked the Jets to upset the Patriots. It was close. Don't get me wrong. Don't hate me for missing that call, but it was close. Jets really tested the Patriots. With that said, I think that'll be the closest the Patriots will be tested this year. Rest of their schedule, at least the next 4 to 5 games, is cake. I think with their toughest one, they got Dolphins, they got Redskins, they got the Jets again, and somewhere in between is like a poo-poo team that they play. But the next 4 or 5 games is cakewalk for the Patriots. And I don't see them struggling. I think the Jets game was kind of a wake-up call. They're like, oh shit, we got tested at home. We need to wake up and take the rest of this schedule seriously. Brady's still on a war path to disprove everyone in the NFL, especially Roger Goodell, wrong. And good for him. Now that my Cowboys are pretty much tanking their season, they're not even bother playing. They're looking at next season with a healthy Romo and Des Bryant. So, I'm going to my backup team, the Patriots. I'm going to be rooting them on, And I don't really see any competition for the Patriots, at least in the AFC. Other than what? Who's going to give them competition? In the AFC, the Broncos? No. Colts? No. So I think it's a cakewalk for the Patriots, unless some surprising, the surging Dolphins, give them a test or, surprise them with a victory or whatnot. I don't see any other team really in the AFC challenging the Patriots. NFC, different story. I really like the Packers. I like what they're doing. I would love to have a Packer-Patriots Super Bowl. The best from the NFC, the best from the AFC going at it. It'd be great. College football, it was supposed to be a down week because College Game Day was at James Madison, and there was no real, so according to ESPN anyway, no real game going on. But we had some great games, Virginia Tech and Duke going into 4 overtimes, with Duke eventually winning. And then you also had Georgia Tech upsetting Florida State, which I loved, because I hate Florida State. I'm a Florida Gator fan. So now the big showdown is going to be Clemson and Florida State. And I hope Florida State beats Clemson, because that's one more team that's knocked out, and realistically gives my Florida Gators a chance to get into the playoffs. All we got to do is win out and beat Florida State. And we'll be good. I think we'll have a solid chance, But am I talking out my ass? Maybe. Am I looking at it unrealistically? Maybe, possibly. I really don't know. But neither here nor there. Other teams, the other top teams, Ohio State still has those 2 looming showdowns with Michigan State and Michigan, and I don't think Ohio State's going to come away undefeated out of that one. But I'm just repeating everything I've already said. I'm just rooting for my Gators. I hope my Gators pull it out and somehow eke their way into a Final Four spot. Right? It's a Halloween week this weekend. I know my kids, they're excited about it. We're doing the costume shopping, and a bunch of neighborhood kids and family friend kids are going to be coming over to the crib, and they're going to be doing their rounds Saturday. Saturday, I'm just going to hunker down. I'm going to be watching the games. The wife and her friends, they're going to be taking the kids out for the snacks and stuff. I'm just gonna hunker down in the house and watch games. Really, not really a whole lot going on. But I watched. Yeah, I only watched Jurassic World, and that movie pretty much sucked. Lamar Odom is still in the hospital, but Chloe has left his side. She got other more important stuff to tend to, like birthday parties and whatnot. She's like, right now Lamar's a vegetable. He ain't gonna do nothing for a while, so I'm good. I'm gonna go sneak out, go party a little bit, and I'll be back. Right? Fucking camera hogs. That's all the Kardashians are. And to reiterate the joke I had, I left out a part of it. Kevin Hart's joke. They turned Scott Jenner, into an alcoholic. They turned Bruce Jenner into a woman. They turned Kanye, into just a guy. He no longer has hits. And now they turn Lamar Odom into a vegetable. That's the effect that Kardashian women's will have on a guy. So, hey, be warned. All those other guys that are looking at Kendall and Kylie Jenner, be warned. Be warned. Your career is going to go quickly downhill after you bang a Kardashian. That's it for me, boys and girls. I'm going to try and max out this podcast. I'm going on 16 minutes. I'm working really hard to extend my podcast, but I'm still getting a lot of good feedback, from the listeners, positive and negative, but mostly positive feedback. Keep them coming. I appreciate the love, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.